So hi everyone and welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Write Your Narrative. We are in Wynwood today at the Peter Turney Experience one more time. And we have two guests actually, and we have a super duper co-host today.
Color cool, Lisa.
How you doing today, Jeff? So Jeff is going to be my co-host.
I am doing fantastic.
Today you're doing fantastic. Jeff is also an artist, a good friend, who came for the Miami Art Week to Art Basel to do a little bit of art himself. Yeah. So now we're going to be chopping up with these two gentlemen here. We got my good friend Stefan, who's a local artist, muralist, doing some beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
And then we have Steve, who just jumped on the bandwagon just a year ago.
Yes.
And what a fantastic artist he is. Really, this is something beautiful to see you growing, getting to this community. So this is really where I want to go to. So gentlemen, how are you all doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. How are you?
Good. Cannot be happier, cannot be in a better location than where we are today.
Very true.
This is something quite special, being in Wynwood Walls. One day we'll get you a wall for outside. One day. One day. We always mention that in the podcast.
I can be patient.
Yeah, you're going to be
I
patient?
can be patient.
How about you, Steve? You're going to be patient too?
No, I'm not ready yet, man.
You're not ready yet.
I'll get the wall someday.
You get a wall someday?
When the time is right.
You're fine with the outside walls for now?
I'm fine with the outside walls.
You're good. What
Experimenting.
about you, Jeff?
I'll see you next
That's
week.
Oh, they already signed your contract? Oh, wow. So, guys, welcome to this community. Welcome to Wynwood Walls. Welcome to South Florida, where some beautiful things happened this week. I mean, the Miami Art Week, Art Basel. This is where everything gets brand new. There's new walls are going up in Wynwood. And thank you so much for that. So, any project for you this year for Art Basel, Stefan?
Yeah, so this year I had the pleasure of working with the city of Overtown and Art of Black Miami. So I was their panel discussion and our leading artist for their opening party for Art Basel this year on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I was part of a vernissage event with, as you know,
with my son Maxence.
Yeah, wonderful son Maxence.
What a beautiful exhibition that we had. That was absolutely spectacular.
It was really cool to have all those artists come together, especially with the support from Art of Black Miami and the Miami Visitors Tourism Bureau. It was really special to have, that backing. So.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, how's your Art Basel going so far, Steve?
It's going incredibly well. I was at Al Fresco. I was exhibiting a piece on December 3rd. So I'm very happy about this. I love the people over there. But honestly, this time is just about meeting people. We've been hanging out all together. Just like meeting other artists, more than some that I'm a fan of. So that's incredible.
Yeah, don't be afraid to throw some names. Don't be afraid to throw some names.
Throw your names out there, man.
Yes.
Well, we just met Grabster, and we met with Tristan Wheaton yesterday. Nick Sweetman, so all these people, they're incredible, man. So yeah. It's nice to see them. We hung out with Urban Ruben last night, so seeing him
Ruben
and Jack's spray paint.
He's gonna be on podcast later on this week. Yes, he's the good homie, and Jack's another amazing artist. So yes, there's something beautiful in the air right now.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody goes from one mural to a party to just like parties finish quite late in the early morning, but if you want to get back home and get a couple of hours sleep, so yeah, but that's what it is. It's just 1 week. Everything is crunched up in 1 week, so where everything is, the art is celebrated here. We celebrate the art in Wynwood our way, and the street art, most of it.
It's definitely a marathon.
So I was going to say, so Jeff, what's your take on that? This is your second Art Basel.
Yes.
Third, second?
Well, I came like 15, 20 years ago on accident, but I just happened to be in the area for the day. And I was like, oh, the Hello Kitty 40th birthday party or something. And obviously I'm into Hello Kitty. So I went and checked that out. Didn't really know what was going on. And then it took me, 15 years later to come back for real. but it's fantastic. If you haven't been, you have to come here and check this out. Even if you're not an artist, like it's just mind blowing. You walk around every corner, every square inch is covered in something cool. So I mean, I would say, I'm having a great time already, but yeah, it's definitely a marathon.
It is. It is.
My dogs are barking, and we still got days to go.
Yes. Oh yeah. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. We still have that big weekend coming up.
Yep.
It's gonna be rough, but so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, it hurts so good.
It hurts so good. That's a good way. We all need water, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
In the previous podcast, we had ale. But Dad brought some coffee. She said, Dad, thank you. We need a cafe, there's a
Definitely.
energy drink. Sorry, gentlemen, it's only water.
It's fine.
But that's,
I had my coffee this morning
No,
already.
this is water, actually.
This will keep us alone. Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we.
So keep you hydrated for now. So last year when you two met, you, Stefan, were painting at the Eoda Festival for Max at the Avenue of the Art Festival, and you had a quite special place.
Yep.
And walking along, we were together with Steve, and you kind of needed some help a little bit.
I did.
And since then, the two of you became buddies,
Yeah.
worked together, different projects, and then of course you met some other artists. We have to mention Louis Valle, who's
Yeah.
also mentored you a lot,
Awesome.
been a big part. I mean, Louis Valle is a Miami legend,
Yeah.
someone who's been doing art forever and ever. So he's definitely someone
Yeah.
that needs to be recognized and is well recognized.
Yeah.
So,
I mean-
but that friendship, what you were looking for at the time, what you were trying to get your way around that art circuit. So you do some special art, you do some design. It's more like, if you want to explain a bit your art to the viewers.
I already have a design and illustration background, right?
Yeah.
So I was working in the skateboard industry. I had to draw characters and all that stuff. I did graphic design back in the days. I did sneaker design as well, and I was working in airbrushing. Like that was like the start, like a really long time ago. I was 18 years old, but I'm never with spray paint, like so. I wanted to learn. Like I really wanted to learn. And before I met this guy, like I had met Nerwin, but unfortunately we didn't have the phone at that point, and he couldn't, we couldn't get in contact. So I was driving for 2.5 hours, and I just did not want to give up. I'm like, I'm gonna find someone, and I'm just gonna be like, please, let me know what to do, because I mean, in China, people try to explain to me, but I guess the language barrier was just messing
You
things
do
up,
live in
so-
China part of the time, part of the year.
I mean, I was there for 11 years.
11
Just
years.
got back a year ago. But, I really wanted to learn. And right before setting, myself on the way home, I just went one last time and I saw this guy. And I'm like, dude, can we hang out?
Can we hang out? Please show me the ropes, show me the trick, show me how to handle the scabs. There's so many things.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, this is a whole technique. This is a whole thing. So, but you say yes. So that was the coolest part. This is something that really makes that street art community so special. It's the friendship that you can get to it, and people who are totally willing to share their knowledge, take you under their wings. And you ended up traveling, going to Los Angeles a few months ago for some projects. So can you tell us a little bit about the project?
Definitely. So we did a project with a company called Viderm. It's a big Fortune 5,000 company. They're one of the largest beauty and skincare companies to grow in the last 4 years. And they hired us to go over there and paint their new headquarters off of Melrose and La Brea in West Hollywood.
Okay.
So the wall was pretty big. It was like 80, 90 feet by 19 feet. So it was a really, really big wall. It was almost 1,500 square feet. So yeah, and I needed a lot of help. And, since I've met Steve, literally when he walked up on me and I was shaking my cans, getting ready to start spray, he was very interested in learning about how to use a spray can and how to kind of really get comfortable with that tool. And for me personally, if there's anything I can do for anybody who's interested in me and interested in my work, I like to help them and support them any way I can because I value that same reciprocation of support.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
It's been really quite amazing getting to know him. I thought he was a Chinese spy for about 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten rid of those thoughts.
You don't have enough money for that.
Also, it would be once you see Art4Brains illustrations, like it would be very hard to say no.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Like they're fantastic. And I mean, look how good this guy looks for 75. That's skincare. That skincare works.
But in all, Steve he's a great artist. He does a lot of digital work, but having him helping him to translate that the things he does well in his digital
world, yes.
into like a mural has been really cool for me as a learning experience for me, getting to help him kind of teach him how to use the can and teach him other, I guess, methodologies to get his work up and so it shows the way he wants. So he's come a long way. He's getting better every week. So it's a pleasure to watch him grow and watch him learn. And so when I first met him, I literally gave him, so I did a portrait of a young boy throwing a paper airplane.
Oh, such a beautiful.
Thank you. And I told Steve, I said, look, I'm going to give you an opportunity to work with the cans and I'll guide you. I'll kind of teach you as you're going along. So I told him the whole paper airplane is yours.
All right.
So he did a great job.
So this is your way to take off.
Yeah, it's his way to take off. So it was really cool to watch him kind of learn how to use a can and master it. And like any small things that he kind of messed up on, I would kind of go behind him and kind of like teach him like just overall what to look for and how to line things up. But he killed it. If you go online and you look at the pictures, it's
going to be in a video for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
And then eventually you painted the wall here in Wynwood, the two.
Yeah.
This is kind of a collaboration. So this was your first mural actually for you, Steve?
Yeah, so after we met, he was like, okay, I'm gonna get you a wall. I had this design of like a R2D2 monster with a stormtrooper head inside its mouth. And I ended up doing this. Honestly, it was the first time, and just being at the top of this ladder was just killing me, man. Like, now it's fine. But, the first times were just really stressful. I'm just glad that I got through these fears, but and then after this, we moved to another wall, and that's something that we did together. And we're still going to keep doing stuff together, so.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I mean, we get along. We paint well, together.
That's what it is. This is some kind of a partnership, friendship.
Yeah.
That would translate into a
You want to hang out with your friend all day and talk and smoke and
Paint.
Oh yeah. the whole thing. So what about you over there? Who's the quietest one? You're a little quiet.
It's not for me.
Co-host. For a co-host.
I don't want to interrupt.
Ask some questions. Ask questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get involved, Jeff. Supposed to be a conversation. Just let's go.
And introduce your art too, by the way.
My name's Jeff Denomme. My mom calls me the Haunted Sue. So you can check that out. It's a very vector-based cartoon. Hello Kitty meets Tim Burton. I don't know. Go check it out, and you can make your own assumptions. But it's very colorful. So like people usually don't think like a silverback gorilla's painting these pink and purple, green paintings. I've been asked before. Well, not asked. I overheard two ladies go, "Oh, I wonder if this girl has kids." And then I roll up and I'm like, it's me. I was like, okay. Like, well, why do you pay all these? I'm like, I'm a fun guy.
Yes, and my dad. I do it for my kids. I do it for everybody.
Jeff's energy is like quite amazing.
Yes.
Actually, your energy is quite amazing too, Pascal. So I see why you invited him to co-host here. I'm actually painting at a wall with Jeff here this year.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is something, another project that a registered artist started. We had the registered artist on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. An amazing project in one of these, what's the word? The school, the
Underserved school.
Underserved school that we have in some of the neighborhood. And they have that amazing program for the children to really bring the school ground to life. And really, and getting the kids also involved in some of the painting.
Oh, it's
so
fantastic.
the two of you are doing also some community work,
Yeah.
hard work,
Yeah.
which is very, very commendable.
And that's the thing. Like, I started in the whole like punk rock Warped Tour world, skateboard, like selling to my peers, doing all that. It was just like cutesy with a little bit of a edge on it. So it was like, you know, the longevity for age limits. But then I stopped doing it for a bunch of years, like 12 years. I was doing hot sauce and graphic design and all that. And then when I had kids and I would go to parks and things like that, and my kids started liking the art, I was like, oh wait, I can use this for something bigger, like something bigger than me. So now when I do it, I always put little messages on the murals and the shirts and things like that. Like to be you know, be positive or be kind.
Be who you want to be.
Or yeah, like, it's just. So to me now, it's like, it's not about me more so. It's more so how I can inspire like younger kids to either follow their dreams or just be kind. Because like the world's so you know, and it's like even at these schools, you're seeing all these kids kind of interact, and some are being rough, and I'm like, it's not worth it, man. Like, cause and that's the weird part too that no one talks about. Like, people think that grade school or especially high school is like the end all and be all. And then now I'm 42, and I'm like, I mean, I happen to be a cool kid or whatever at school, but I was like a skateboard cool kid. But at high school, I'm from Canada as well. Like, everybody hung together. Like the jocks, the skaters, all that hung together. And I'm like, but I see some kids, or even like my younger cousins and stuff or whatever, that were having a hard time. And I'm like, dude, this doesn't even matter. Like, honestly, like once you're done high school, like it doesn't even matter. You're gonna meet other people, and then you be kind to people. Like, I was kind to everybody. So now I'm 40. I'm meeting people still that I went to high school with. No one's mad at me or hating me or whatever. So it's like, just be kind to people, man. It's not that hard. You know?
To build on that same idea, you know, it's I think it's really important, especially when you're doing work in schools that are really underserved communities. I think it's super important to create artwork.
No shaking this.
Sorry, to create artwork that is symbolic of the people in those communities. Like, so kids want to see themselves in the work that you do, and the work you do is great. And I was also gonna ask you a secondary question on spray paint, because I know you use spray paint, and it's really something. We went to this talk yesterday with Tristan Eaton, and he was really informing people that there's no class, there's no place where you can go to learn how to use a spray can.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to pick up on your own, and you have to start using and utilizing. So I wanted to ask you, because I know you use spray paint, like who really helped you kind of start to get involved with the spray paint on top of what you're doing with the kids, so they get to see you do that as well. So it becomes this like piece or project that you really get to instill this meaning behind your work. I do the same thing because it's really important. But I want to ask you, like, who taught you? Why did you learn?
So I actually just started using spray paint last October.
Really?
Yeah. I used it once before a while ago, and I see it now, and I'm surprised at how well it turned out. But I painted like brush for 20 years and design. All that, but my buddy, so Enjoy Denial, I know that you know Enjoy Denial. He was like the only, like, growing up, like he was the only person that kind of started doing the whole spray paint thing. But at that point, I was already kind of gone to Vancouver.
Yeah.
So when I came back, he kept like, dude, what are you doing? Get back into the art, get back into the art, because I was doing everything else and renovating a house and everything. And finally, it was like, dude, are you gonna did you start this to not do this? You know, kind of thing. And he kind of kicked me in the ass. And then he baptized me by fire, by giving me like a 65-foot by 16-foot wall.
Oh, wow, nice.
And said, here, use spray paint. And it was during a mural festival, so it was actually kind of funny. So I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of, I was like, got it-ish. Like, you know, I was good enough, I guess, you know what I mean? And so the funny thing is that then Golden saw me. He's like, bro. He's like, you're using the wrong caps, right? Because I didn't really know what caps or anything. And so he kind of showed me which caps to use. We have a very similar style. So yeah, I would say like Enjoy Denial and Golden, and like those guys kind of showed me a bit. But there was a bunch of artists there that were helping. That's the thing too in this community. Like, you think it's scary, but then everybody's like, no, everybody wants you to win. Or not, maybe not everybody, but a majority of people want you to win.
That's true. I was the way you said that.
So, like, kind of like what I said with Art4Brains, right?
Yes.
Like, he could be like, oh, I want to help. And like, right? And then he shows you like, oh, Tess got some skills. Like,
wow.
Okay, you don't know how to, and that's the thing for myself. I'm not the best, like, mural spray painting guy. I'm still totally learning, right? But my illustration, my characters, my contact are 100% professional. Like, they're for shirts, backpacks, purses, toasters, whatever.
So it becomes this means of just like translating your work like through spray paint.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
another medium, right? So like when I saw your stuff when I was at AOTA as well, like I was like, dude, like if you don't know how to spray paint, like you know how to do this. So it's not going to take 10 years. It's going to take 3 murals.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you kind of get it. But I forget what the question was, but did I answer it? Do you remember?
You
the
did. The
question?
question was, who helps influence you and teach you how to use some cans? And so that's really cool.
Well, no one really, but just some people told me to
Yeah,
I just said, oh, actually, another funny thing. This is actually a good one. So enjoy Denial again. So I did another mural like right after that mural festival, and I had to do some straight lines. So I did had some tape up, and he happened to be driving by, and he comes and he's like, everybody thinks it's a bad story, but it actually turned out good. But he came, he's like, he rips the tape off. And he's like, what are you using tape for? And I was like, well, I don't know, make a straight line. He's like, just make a straight line. I'm like, well, dude, what are you talking about? He's like, come here. So he goes, shh, do that. I'm like, shh. He goes, poo, straight line. No, do it. So then I did it, and I did these like dollar signs on doorways and everything. It turned out pretty good.
Nice.
And I was kind of like, oh, I can't believe I did that. But then I came here like 2 months later, and Noah sees me on the street. He's like, dude, he's like, put some bees on this wall. And I'm like terrified because I'm like, I'm in Wynwood and I'm super new to this.
Yeah.
And no, I didn't have paint, I didn't have clothes, I didn't even know I was painting. I had to freestyle this thing, just like sketch style. In like 30 minutes, like got this thing prepped and ready to rock. And if he wouldn't have done that, like rip the tape off thing, the Band-Aid, if you will, I don't think I would have had the balls to step up and do it. So, you know, the mean, scary guy, buddy, you know, actually helped me to kind of overcome that fear. And it's just, you just got to keep doing it. Like, and the thing is, don't try and be like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like be your own art, be your own thing. So there's no rules. Like people have asked me, oh, how do you paint? Can you teach me how to paint? I don't know. Grab some ketchup and mustard. Paint. Like I don't know. Whatever you want to do. There's no real rules, right? And I come from a design background. Like I'm a graphic designer, branding guy. So like everything is very vector and branded to a T.
I'm very similar. I got my master's in architecture, so yeah. So it's like
you guys can
the
definitely
design aspect of things is always in the forefront of my mind, especially when I'm designing things.
Yeah.
So I get you there.
Yeah.
But to build on what you were saying, it's like there are people in this community who are more than welcoming to teach you things, to take you like under their wing and kind of like teach you things that you would have never known if you had really engaged with them. Like 2 nights ago, I think Papa Pascal and this guy, they were going around, and I was trying to meet up with them, and they were on the beach. I didn't want to sit through traffic, so I was texting Steven, and I was like, yo, let me know when you get back to Wynwood. And I was just sitting at home, and he said, just go to Wynwood.
That's it.
Just go out there and just like roll up on people and start talking to them. There's a bunch of people out there. And one of his superpowers, I think, is like meeting people. He goes places, it's just starts talking to people, and that's like he makes these connections that are kind of ridiculous. It's one of his superpowers. So I went out, and you guys were running a little late, and so I was just walking around Wynwood.
We're not late. We're on Miami time.
Okay, you're running on Miami time. And I rolled up on Dave L. I don't know if you know Dave L.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Dave, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
we know each other for quite some time.
That's
too.
awesome. I got to meet him, see his work. We got to talk it up for maybe like 30 minutes while I was waiting for you guys. So it was really like something special for me that he really pushed me to do. So it's like, as much as I push him, he pushes me, and it's really this.
Oh boy, you send the elevator back. That's it. Boom, it goes up, it goes down.
So it's been really special, just like, and just talking about your experience out here and how you learned to spray paint. It just reminds me that the camaraderie in this community is
that's what
interwoven.
Very special.
I think it helps if you. I mean, certain backgrounds, not just I just know my story, but like. I think it helps if you come from something that you have to kind of overcome as well. Like if you go to school for graphic design or I mean, probably I'm guessing architecture, there's so many hurdles and there's so many things you have to learn. And there's so many, you have to have confidence. Like you're like, I can finish that project. So it wasn't a matter of like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Or I'm not going to be able to figure that out. It's just like, well, let's figure it out. Like I have to do it. Yeah. So I think if you come in with that attitude, like, I mean, I don't know if you were a guy that cut grass. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't have that jump of that hurdle. But I remember going to school and like, I don't think I slept for 3 years because there was this project, and you have to figure it out. That's my superpower. I could figure out stuff that doesn't exist. Like you have to come up with the answer. Like you can if you can memorize things.
Yeah, great.
Everybody goes, oh, you're so smart. Okay, but you can read that. It's in a book. If I drop you off in the middle of the forest, survive. What about my book? Survive.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
it.
so it's like
You're street smart.
Yeah, so you have to you have to be able to kind of create something from nothing.
Yep.
And like I said with the whole ketchup mustard thing, it's a joke, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, if I start painting with ketchup and mustard, maybe the ketchup mustard guy, and then you're, the world famous ketchup mustard guy, right? And you don't know what's gonna hit.
Yeah.
So just do what you feel inside. That's that represents you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
Ketchup and mustard has been probably done by
Probably.
Andy Warhol. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would. Yeah, I'm sure he's done something like this.
And with a hot dog as well.
Yeah, with a hot dog.
I'm gonna open up a hot dog.
And with some other stuff that we cannot discuss on the podcast. You know, some questionable stuff that are in museum now. No, they're not in Winwood Rose, but they are in museums definitely. So
Sure.
we were talking a little bit earlier with Elle, with Chaz, with so. I'm grateful this year to have some people who are in Winwood Walls and what it represents today. And they're very, very humble. They all started really from nothing. I mean, Elle just told us a story when she was tagging in New York and everything. She was just, and then all that road that they are going through, it's always by meeting people. Someone take your hand for a little while. You show some skills, you show some stuff, you introduce that person. The networking thing is so big now. The social media, but this is more not on the social media aspect. It's really on the human aspect. Meeting people, telling people something, giving someone a pass for a fair, giving a little help, giving a spray can, telling someone, okay, you don't use the right cap to paint.
Yep.
So this is something I absolutely love in this community. And I'm sure outside of Winwood, outside in different countries, different states, you have also that community. But this is something, to me, it's very, very valuable. And I love to share that with the people and to what you guys do. I want, that's what I've been doing for 12 years, to give a voice to the artist. Just to give a voice to the artist. So how do you feel about all that road that you've been taking this year?
Honestly, I'm excited, man. It's coming back here. I was away for a really long time, right? So it's like I was not accustomed to this way anymore. When you're working on the other side of the world, it's a different world. But coming back, I met the right people. People that I appreciate, people that I feel comfortable around. And I'm excited to go back. I do want to take some time in my studio over there and try to create a good body of work and something that, because I do focus a lot on digital, and I've learned that maybe I should try to push myself with painting a lot more. And also there's a lot of festivals over there, like mural festivals.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be try to get into the ones in China or even like around
You got some street cred now.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Totally.
But I'm
That's what
very
we
excited
discussed
for
with
next year.
Elle. She really started by doing some wheat pasting. We talked about
Oh,
doing
yeah,
some wheat
yeah.
pasting in New York 15 years ago. So she would be printing some of the pieces, but then she would actually do some real pieces. She would be painting and then pasting those on the street. So this is how she kind of got her groove into that art community. And of course, she realized very, very quickly that those pieces don't last on the street. This is street art. Even if you do the most beautiful mural, sometimes
Yes.
someone comes over the next day or the next week or another month and it's tagged. This is one of the rules when there's no rule for anybody. So this might be we talked about it. I
direction?
really want
Yeah.
to, before you leave, to wheat paste the
I want to try it, man.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get to that.
Yes.
We're gonna get to that.
That'd be really cool, actually.
No, that'll be something fun to just to get your name out there. And then we're talking about the stickers also. Jeff, you are a sticker guy. You give your
he's
sticker.
stickers.
And this is like a business card. This is a real business card.
Yeah.
You start talking and then we exchange stickers here. It's crazy in Miami for this. Absolutely crazy. Everybody got a pack of stickers. Actually ran out of stickers. I had to print some more. It's just like boom, 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 boom.
Oh, it's great.
It's such a way to communicate.
Extend the cane.
And to reach out to some people and exchange something. So you've been making those little packs because people tend to love your stickers.
dude,
and who wouldn't?
You know what I did? I printed a bunch of stickers. I didn't put my name on any of them.
That's something. Yep, that's a really important thing.
So I put them in like little Ziploc bags, and on the clear side I put, you know. So now
Whatever works. Whatever works. We gotta make it work. If you got something.
So I think a huge problem, not just in street art, but just in art in general, is this like notion that we've made up in our heads that we're like not allowed to think we're good, or we're not allowed to say that we're good, or whatever it is. And so we're our own worst enemy. Like, if my house is flooded and I call a plumbing place and say, "Hey, my house is flooded, can you fix it?" They're like, "We're the best in the business." You know what I mean? But if
You want to hear.
but
Say yes, I'm on my way. That's the other thing I want to hear.
but they're gonna say we're the best, we're on our way, right? Whereas an artist, if someone's like, "Oh, like, can you paint this or do this or whatever?" It's like, I don't know, maybe my mom thinks I'm good, or like, you know, it's like, no, yeah, we're good, let's go, let's get to work, right? Whereas like, even the fact that you forgot to put your name on the thing, oh, I don't want to put my name on it because that's cheesy.
Sure.
How's that any? Dude, I'm branded 24/7.
Yeah.
I sleep with bees under my eyelids. So, you know, I'm just like, that's what it is. All my stickers have the name on the back. You can scan it. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Is for people to know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to show somebody something so they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, what's your take on that? Because I consider myself a designer first,
Yeah.
which the whole point is to create something that does something and that works.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I'm not just hiding in a basement and like, whatever comes out, like, that's not what I do.
Yeah.
No.
So I think there's a divide in between those two worlds. But we got to get together and be like, no, we're professional. And that's the thing what I say too, because people say, oh, I don't want to say that I'm good. I'm like, okay, are you professional? Do you do something professionally?
Yeah.
Like you do a good job at
Yeah.
it professionally. And if you don't answer if you're good or not, then answer that.
Yeah.
And if you say yes, then let's roll. Let's go.
I hear you.
You know?
I say I'm good all the time.
So good.
That's just
Good. Just
That's just
let
me.
everybody know. That's it. This is what I do.
I do great work. I'm very professional about it. I can create just about anything.
Good.
But on the note of the stickers,
Yes. Go ahead, please.
I'm not as much of a sticker guy. I've been slacking on my sticker game. This guy though, he gets up. So
I mean, for my defense, I live in a country where sticker bombing is probably not the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So you know, I was trying out
just
something,
trying to
and eventually I ended up with like a bunch. And I came here, and I'm like, man, everybody's got their name on it. What should I do? So yeah, but it's the last time I'm ever doing this.
I mean, it's
so.
also like a business card type of
It is.
thing. You know?
Oh,
It is a business card.
Well,
You
no, I
bring
know.
your business card on your shirt too.
If I take this off, it's tattooed. It's
In the same spot.
a little more wrinkly underneath. But
Oh.
it's a wings flap underneath.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for that little chat. This is so interesting. So nice to share that. You know what you do as a person, but that you sharing it with the viewers. It's something that I want to share in the podcast. I want just to have some fun conversations. You know, there's nothing. The podcast is something brand new for me. It's just a few months old, but then that's just to chop it up, just to have a good time and share some knowledge that you have. Share your experience in the streets. Share your experience in whenever you work on canvas or digital, all the different things. And there's so many mediums that artists can use. So thank you so much. Well, you've been a great host, Jeff, and a great guest too. Because you two, you said it was- No, but this is fun. This is fun. Stefan, thank you so much for what you do for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, when I grew up in my family, my parents said, always said thank you. I tend to repeat said thank you all the time. At work in my life, I never say thank you enough. I mean, I'm just so grateful for the people that I reach. And it's such an easy thing to say also, thank you.
Yeah.
It does not cost anything. If you're genuine, if you really believe it, it really goes a long way.
It does.
Steven, so happy, Steve, that we met a year ago.
Yes.
And seeing you getting up with the crews, with everybody on the streets, and those little pop-up shows like you did with Crave and remind me his name.
Louis.
And Louis,
Yeah,
of
Louis.
course, Louis. So at Fresco, this is also another very tight to the community. It's every first Tuesday of the month.
Yep.
I know Fresco, this is such a cool place.
Well, that wouldn't have been possible because if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Well, let's go out.
Yeah.
To be to talk about gratitude.
Pascal's the man for sure.
Pascal, maybe the best.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for that time. This is it for the podcast today. Thanks everyone for joining us. Just to remind you that we are at the Peter Tunney Experience in Wynwood Walls. Maybe one of these days, guys. In a year or two, we'll see that. We're gonna get you a wall for that. Thank you so much for everyone once again for watching the podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Write Your Narrative. Have a good one. Ciao, ciao.
Peace.
Shot.